Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back and thanks for joining me on my channel. And yeah, so I did build this thing, right? So this is now iteration 3, trying to figure out thrusters. So actually last week I spent a lot of time working out how much each thruster can lift and things like how much does a storage container hold and stuff like that. So I have dubbed this the M0L3. That 3's backwards, that's an E now. I need to turn that around. But yeah, I'll do that some other time. But yeah, basically this is now a drill. I've not tried it. I am going to be trying this now for the first time. It should hopefully, by my calculations, if all my work last week was not in vain, this should be fine to be fully loaded and supply me with some good stuff. So we're going to test it out. I'm just going to go, what are we short here? Probably magnesium still. Let's see. Inventory. Nickel's pretty low. And I don't think I've got any magnesium. Oh, I do have a little of magnesium. Where was it? There. Was it in the large storage container? 61. Yeah, so basically nickel and magnesium, I'm pretty low on it, so we're going to try and get some of that, which is just there. They're actually right next to each other, so we're going to test out this bad boy. It has been on recharge. I wonder if it's actually even full yet. Drill batteries. This has a stupid amount of batteries in it, to try and make sure that I'm not overloading the thrusters. Fully depleted in that. It is... yes. These are charged. These are the newest ones, so they are good to go. Let's put it on to auto, switch on the engines. Yep, they're on. Unlock, lift up, and let's go. It turns fairly slowly. That might just be... let's see, straighten this bad boy up. So I only have 3 thrusters facing side to side. So I need to kind of keep this thing level. So there's the nickel. But I have got 6 thrusters facing forwards for lift if I'm drilling directly down, and then 6 faces facing downwards for upward thrust. It's around here somewhere. Here, nickel. There you are. Over there. There is probably some just below me there, so that's why I've put the marker there, but let's just see if we can straighten up. Wow, that might need some extra gyros in there, because that is like mouse pushing. Okay, so that's also another thing I need to investigate. But yeah, so we sort of line up. Turn on the drills. I'm out in third person because it is exceptionally loud. We're probably just going to get rock, but the main aim of this is to see if I can actually drill this up and stay one up in the air when I'm trying to return, as well as obviously hopefully none of these engines get clipped. That was interesting. But yeah, we're going to try and get some nickel, probably mostly rock, but I mean, we'll get nickel out of the rock anyway, so we're just going to bore in here. So I will time lapse the quick bore, and then obviously once we're done with that, you'll be able to see how it went. I don't think you really want to watch me drilling a hole, so I'll see you in a bit. Right, so we're back and it seems like we haven't lost anything. I might work with the positions of the actual engines. The top and bottom are a little bit taut, but yeah, now I'm 100% fully loaded. Just before I get back, let me just quickly do a quick check on here, and that is 261,438. So according to what I calculated before on my previous video, which will be in a card on the top if you haven't watched it, that explains how much a thruster can hold, if this is correct. Well, it's holding it up, so I'm right, but I did overkill the engines by one engine. So if we take
fuel low,
fuel low, ooh, that's bad.
fuel
There
critical.
we go, just stand on the spaceship. I need that number again. What was it? So if we take 261,438, and we divide it by 50,300, yeah, that's 5.19 on the amount of thrusters, large thrusters you need. So my calculations were correct. I have 6, obviously 5 would not do, it would be just too little, and obviously batteries, I think I've overkilled the batteries, so I could probably bring the weight down a smidge by getting rid of some batteries, because I do have like, a lot. I have a lot of batteries, so there's one, that's not, so there's 10 and 17. I have 17 batteries. The only problem is the batteries don't really hold all that much of a charge. And I mean, I'm only using 30 odd percent now. It's just I fired up the thrusters. Ooh. Okay, yeah, I fired up the thrusters and just checked at full load. It was just depleting. I had about 7 and it was just absolutely annihilating the batteries. So obviously I opted to add some more. So yeah, that's now 17. But yeah, I'm also going to work out the whole how much it costs. So if I lock that off, put you back on charge, turn off the engines,
Fuel
jump out,
critical.
and hopefully not kill myself. Yep, there we go. Yep. Right, so that'll now be pouring in to my little starter base here. Let's just get, okay, click down, get rid of that, and then get my hydrogen on. There we go, get you back. But yeah, so that's a successful build. So the next thing I need is, so now I basically have a way of getting resources. I'm going to move the engines, so these 6 on the top need to be kind of tucked in somehow. Don't really have space at the bottom at all. There's a armor block in there that isn't welded. I think I accidentally placed that, but yeah, so basically this is directly on there, so I don't really have any space at the bottom, so I need to figure out how I can do it. I don't really want to add, I mean, I could technically add one more drill. I'd be completely obstructed. My view would be completely obstructed on the, actually I could just try and add one here and add one here and one down the bottom here, which should open the shape up of the ship a bit better. Yeah, because there's not really anywhere else I can put them. I need to turn that 3 around to the right direction. But yeah, so that's that. Now the next option or hurdle I have is, so that will get me my basic needs now. I shouldn't have any issues with stuff. Obviously that's a lot of stone. I still need to, there is a way for me to fit a, what are those things called? An ejector, I think it's called. I do have a way of fitting a place to fit an ejector on there that I just haven't done yet, so I'm still using the stone. But hopefully, let's see, what uses everything? That's silver. So yeah, we're going okay with that. So basically my next hurdle would be, what I want to do is I'd like to build my base, like a full-on processing area in this rock face. So either that rock face or that rock face maybe, and just kind of conceal it, but I need to figure out how I'm going to do it because I want it to be fairly high up, so roughly sort of this level. So obviously I need to make a drill that can drill in to that. I could technically use my ship, but that's not going to guarantee a shape, so I'm going to build something, try to figure something out to drill out the side here to get the shape I want, and then obviously when I'm inside I can alter the shape a little bit to get more rooms. But yeah, so that's the next hurdle. And then from there I need to also start looking to, so once that's built I'm going to start looking into hydrogen production, which will be needing like a crap ton of arse, which I have. So I have got an idea, I don't know how practical it's going to be to get the arse. I don't know how practical, like honestly don't know how. I'm probably going to end up just making a big ass drill. But I have got an idea for something that is quite fun, like I think is funny anyway. But I don't know whether it's going to work. So we'll have to test that out. So I have a load of arse. Loads and loads and loads of arse. And I'm trying to keep these videos pretty short. So I might... yeah, so I'll probably do... When I'm building this up, I'll do a video with a time lapse of the build in super fast, like 6,000 times the speed. I need to figure out how to use... I've been watching a couple of people do this on YouTube, and like they're using projectors. I need to figure out how that works, because that makes sense to me that I could use that to kind of anchor my stuff in a bit. But yeah, so that's my drill. It's the mole, which is actually... Let me just fix this. Goodbye. And I think over there. And you should be that way around. There we go. We need to paint you red. There we go. The M0-L3, the mole. Color code, yeah, I'll figure that out. But I did also just add in a bunch of power. So I've built a second tower here to aid the recharge time on the batteries here, and I mean currently they do pretty good. Not amazing. I mean this is 11 minutes. I didn't really go out for very long, so that is for that. And then obviously those will be the backbone of my starter over this side, so I'll have to kind of join those power to here somehow. But I think I'll probably end up building like a wind farm or something out the way, maybe back here or something. I don't know, it's not 100% set in stone. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to make these videos a bit shorter, so I am going to cut it there. I hope you enjoyed seeing the mole. It needs some work, but it is better than the previous 2 iterations that fell out of the sky. So if you haven't seen the video that I've done before this, if you do want to know how much each thruster can actually lift, I've done an entire weekend of experimenting, and yeah, figured out how much each one can lift. Obviously on Earth-like gravity. I'm gonna have to redo that experiment. I think I'm actually going to do an experiment. Well, I've already done Earth. I'll do one for like the moon, one for like all that sort of stuff. But obviously the moon won't use atmospheric thrusters. But you get what I mean. I'm gonna do like a full comprehension on that. I also have like the storage capacity, the weight of how much like a large container can take on a small grid, large grid. And then you can obviously use that to say, it's like, well, I have 3, like this one currently in here I have has got 2. I know how much each one weighs once it's built, as well as filled up, so that way I know how many thrusters I need. It's very helpful because, yeah, stuff falling out of the sky doesn't work. But thank you very much for joining me. Hope you had an awesome time. Hope you're having a good weekend. Or if you're not watching the weekend, hopefully you will have a good weekend, or you had a good weekend, depending on what time of the week it is. But I'll catch you later. See you, goodbye.